What's up, guys? Carolina Jackpot coming at you on Friday evening. It means it's August 13th. I had a crazy brainstorm today, and I said, you know what? I really enjoyed making that Sloppy Joe video for y'all a couple of months back. I said, why not do a video where I prepare one of my other favorite dishes? And this is an oldie, but it's a goodie. And there's a lot of different ways that you can prepare it, a lot of different ways. If any of you live in the South, you've been to church. You've been to church with your grandma. You've been to church with your aunt. You've been to church with your mama. And most of these Baptist churches always have a big old potluck dinner on Sunday night, or at least they have it once a month, where you got all these ladies bringing all these dishes in, all this good food. Well, we're fixing to make something tonight that is going to be excellent, and it's something that you could take to any one of those potluck suppers. You could take it to your Tupperware party. You could take it to your PTA meeting. You could take it to the get-together for your kids' Little League team. Who knows? I mean, it's a versatile dish that will travel. This is Carolina Jackpot's baked spaghetti. Let's get into it. I said let's get into it. We're going to be using tonight to prepare the baked spaghetti. Of course, we got the spaghetti, the butter, the cottage cheese, assorted spices over there, frying pan, boiler, spaghetti sauce. Whoops, it's Miller time, but that's not going in the baked spaghetti. A bit of aluminum foil, and I always like ground chuck. If you'll see, this video is pretty much, for the most part, as far as store brands go, brought to you by Food Line. They have not let me down yet as far as product quality, selection, freshness, all that good stuff. Excellent grocery store. I definitely recommend. Onion, eggs, and we have some dividing bowls right here for a few ingredients here in a mixing bowl, and I'm going to show y'all in just a few minutes why those are going to be very important. First order of business, our burger is going to go in the frying pan. Now, the recipe that Carolina Jackpot uses calls for 1 pound of ground beef. Well, I like my stuff to have a little bit more substance, so I use 2 pounds. I don't know how you all feel about that, but I feel like the beefier the better. The beefier, the more flavor. There's more. There's just more there. There's just a little more oomph to that bite. Of course, our big boiler pot, about halfway, a little bit less than halfway, filled with hot water. I always start with hot water because I can get it to boiling faster. Yeah, that's physics. All right, we're going to put this ground beef on about, we're going to put it on about 8 because we want to get it to kind of cooking pretty quick so that it'll be able to keep up with the noodles. This is one of those recipes where you can't really do a whole lot to prepare the other side of what we're going to do before you get this part fixed up. So that's that. We're going to have to start letting this brown, and we'll be back in a minute when this is brown. Hopefully by that time this will be boiling. We'll have our spaghetti noodles in there. Here's one thing that we're not going to do. The onions, the onion. I got a Vidalia onion. You can use whatever you want. You can use a yellow onion, red one, a white one. I like to use the Vidalias when they're in season to support the local Georgia farmers, and also because they don't make me cry like the other onions do. I'll go on ahead and admit it. I'm a big puss and a sap sucker, and I will cry when I'm cutting up onions. So I like those. We are not going to toss those into this burger. Not making any sounds yet. Yeah, that eye's red. We're not going to toss that into this burger and brown our ground beef and our onions together. We're going to add that to the next mixture that comes after this, raw, willy-nilly, dirty. Because if you remember, we did that with the Sloppy Joes I made a couple of months ago. Instead of browning them with the ground beef, we added the raw onion afterwards, and it was delicious. I've never tried this way, so, you know, we're going to see how it turns out. Of course, your salt there, just throw a little bit in your water before it starts to boil in there. And we'll be back in a couple of minutes, and next steps to follow. All right, guys, that ground beef's starting to brown up really nice. Starting to cook down a little bit. You always want to make sure you stay around your ground beef when you're cooking it. You know, don't get too far away from it. It tends to get lonely, and when it gets lonely, it starts spitting at you. It starts popping and cracking. This one's not going to pop and crack a lot. Carolina Jackpot, I always use the 80-20 ground beef whenever I'm doing anything. I don't like these 73-27 ones. There's too much fat in there for me. Even though it is more flavorful, you get more bang for your buck with chuck. Water's boiling. Just going ahead and dump those noodles in there. Just dump them on in there. Just like that. Not one who wants to be stubborn. That one go in the pot. You are going in the pot, so you might as well just face facts. I can use the same spoon I'm cooking that with. Y'all say, "Ooh, that's nasty." You doing that right there, using two different utensils. This water's scalding, so there's no problem there. And that'll take about 10 minutes or so to cook until that's ready. 16-ounce package ought to do you. I don't like to use thin spaghetti for whatever reason. I just like the regular old thick spaghetti. Well, it's not thick spaghetti, it's just the regular spaghetti, I guess. All right, so we got that boiling right there. We got that going on. Our onions are over here. Let me show you some of these other ingredients. I did go ahead and prepare some stuff a little bit. This is what we're going to be baking this in. A pan. I coated that with some aluminum. This is like an aluminum pan. I coated it with olive oil cooking spray. So that's why it looks a little cruddy. I promise you it's nothing nasty. Here's our cheese that we're going to use. We're going to use the shredded 4-cheese pizza blend that's got some mozzarella, provolone, Parmesan, and Romano there. Instead of the regular old mozzarella, I just wanted to change things up a little bit. It's divided. There's 4 cups worth here. There's 2 cups there, about 2 cups here. And cottage cheese. I got the Daisy brand, 16 ounce. It's divided as well. 8 there, 8 ounces there. Okay, and I'll show you why we're going to need those when we layer this stuff. 5 tablespoons, I think it's tablespoons, anyway, it's 5 something, of Blue Bonnet margarine, and a couple of eggs. 1/3 of a cup of grated Parmesan cheese. I don't know if I was supposed to use the old grated Parmesan that you use on your spaghetti, or actual grated Parmesan that's in the dairy section. It's in a package, something like your mozzarella, your cheddar cheeses and all that. But I always use the powdered grated Parmesan cheese, just like you sprinkle on your spaghetti, and it's always went off without a hitch. So we'll let all this cook up just a little bit longer, and here in a few minutes, we'll be ready to rock and roll with the next steps. All right, guys, so our ground beef is all browned up. There's still a little bit of sizzling action going on here. But this has been drained, okay? And now, time to add our onion to that mixture. We're also going to add, I like to add a little touch of oregano. Not that a little too much, Jackpot. A little dash of pepper. These are just extra ingredients. Doesn't call for it. It does call for this. A little sprinkling of seasoned salt. So go on ahead and get that in there. Now, spaghetti sauce. The regular recipe will call for 24 ounces, which is your standard size jar. Some of the baked spaghetti recipes will call for meatless spaghetti sauce. This one did not. I did choose to go with a meatless spaghetti sauce. I like the tomato, garlic, and onion from Ragu. It gives off a really nice flavor. So 24 ounces would be 1 full jar of the regular size there. But since we used a pound and, well, we used 2 pounds of ground beef, I'm going to dump in just a little bit more out of another bottle. Maybe just a few more ounces there. Okay, not a lot. One of the recipes I use for this baked spaghetti that I've done in the past, it calls for 28 ounces, which you have to buy 2 jars because there is no 20 8-ounce jar of spaghetti sauce anywhere, unless I have not found one. So we're going to shake that other bottle out real good because we don't want to leave no spaghetti sauce in there. There ain't much in there. You know, we don't want to waste it. And then I'm going to go ahead and mix all those ingredients all mixed together. Now, after you're done with that ground beef mixture and you put all that stuff in there, you don't have to put this to, you don't have to bring it to a simmer. You don't have to bring it to a boil. You don't have to do anything with it. That's got all the spices in there, the spaghetti sauce, the onion, and of course the ground beef. There is our spaghetti noodles drained and hot. And then I'll show you what's going to go on with those next. We do have our butter here, the 5 tablespoons of butter. So we're going to carry that on over to the Jackpot microwave. And we're going to throw that thing in there for, I say, approximately a minute. And get her going. Take a minute, took more like 35 seconds to get that pretty much melted. Didn't want to go any longer than that. We don't want to burn our butter. To this mixture, we're going to add that Parmesan cheese. And we're going to add those 2 eggs. Whisk. Beat that thing like it stole something. Ooh, that's nice. There we go. Get that all nice and mixed up in there. This is, in effect, our egg wash. So this is going to go in our spaghetti. All right. We're going to get this all nice and mixed up together. It'll bond really well and it'll spread throughout this really good because the spaghetti is still very, very hot. It just came off the range and it hit the colander like 5-6 minutes ago. You don't want to let it get cold. You can see it's not getting cold. You got the steam coming off of it. And this is one too. Make sure you got one of these utensils as well in your arsenal of culinary weapons that you can grab that spaghetti with when we're ready to get it out of there, because we're going to have to do it in a couple of different segments there. You do not want to try to get spaghetti out of there with this and have to try to catch it and make the save with your bare ass hand. I've done that before, and it doesn't work out very well. All right, we're ready to start creating this. So we're going to form the base of the baked spaghetti is going to be with our spaghetti mixture. And we're going to get probably roughly about half of it. Let's get it on up there. Ooh, ooh, you look so good like Rapunzel with your long hair. I said don't touch it with the bare hand, but you know what? It'll be okay. It's not really that hot now. Okay, we're just going to kind of spread that in there a little bit. Man, I need something to keep this thing from shifting. Spinning all around all over the place. Dang it, stop. All right. You want to try to just extend this over to cover all your corners up. Just like so. And there you go. Then you're going to grab your cottage cheese mixture. We're going to use half of it. Remember, we've got this divided up. So we're going to use half of the cottage cheese mixture. That's about half. Forgive me, I'm kind of using some dirty spoons that went with some of the other ingredients of this recipe, but it really doesn't matter. This is all going to be blended together in the end anyway, right? That's how I feel about it. It's all going to be a mismatch. Mishmash. Get over here. What can we use to keep you steady? There we go. That's about as good as we're going to get. We're going to go on ahead and scoop out about half of this meat sauce mixture. And no real easy way to do it, but kind of spread it out as you're scooping it in there so you don't overdo it or underdo it. This is one thing. Most people use a glass baking dish for this. I have one, but it's just a little bit too shallow to make the baked spaghetti the way I want to. If I was doing this video with the glass baking dish, we wouldn't have all that rotation. So, you know, when it starts rotating like that, just close your eyes. I do apologize to try to put together a quality video for you, but Carolina Jackpot does so many different, good Lord, genres of videos that it's hard to nail them down and become an expert at one. It's kind of like jack of all trades, master of none, I guess. All right, that's close to about half of that. Then we're gonna go with our mozzarella. Okay, you dump that in there, and this is to where it's not too messy. You can just go on ahead and just get it in there, man. Just get it in there, get your hands in there dirty, just put it on you as a little kid, like you're back in kindergarten, like you're finger painting. Just get it in there, dude. Just, you can press it down a little bit too. Look at that. It gives you that little spring back action, a little love. You get a little bit of spaghetti juice on your hand. That's okay. That's okay. That's all flavor. That's all goodness. You know what I'm saying? So what we did after that, guys, after that mozzarella cheese, then we just simply alternated the layers again. We put down the rest of the spaghetti. We put down the rest of the cottage cheese, the rest of the spaghetti sauce mixture, and of course we crowned it all off with the rest of the mozzarella. Well, the pizza Italian blend, excuse me. So just basically alternated there. And I was able to, it looks really nice. It's neat in here and everything. It had cooled down enough where I was able to use my hands to space this stuff around, okay? Don't worry, I didn't pick my nose or nothing like that. Before I did this, I wash it. I wash my hands frequently while I am preparing food. That is a tip. Anybody who has been past the second grade should know to do that. But in case you didn't, wash your hands whenever you're preparing food. Now, what we're going to do, we have preheated the oven. I don't even know if I've talked about that. 350 degrees. It's been preheated for a long time. Really long time. It might actually be higher than 350 degrees by now. I don't know. We're going to cover our pan all the way around and wrap it up good. Wrap it up tight. Mummify it with some old aluminum foil. This is Food Line brand as well. You can use Reynolds Wrap if you want to pay $3 extra. Is there not any type of product where the generic brand is just as good as the damn national brand as Reynolds Wrap or aluminum wrap? I mean, come on, it is. All right, let's mummify this thing. There we go. All wrapped up and ready to go. And we're going to go into the oven, guys. We're going to go in here for 40 minutes. Okay, so go on ahead and set your timer on your cellular device or on your microwave or, you know, wherever. If you've got a sundial that can accurately tell you when 40 minutes is up, go on ahead and use that as well. We're going to slide this into the oven, and we are going to actually land on top of a cookie sheet. I don't know why, but that's what this particular recipe that I use a lot calls for, the cookie sheet. I want you to put it on there. I guess just to make it cook out a little more evenly. I don't know. Look how dirty that is, guys. Look at that. It's not dirty. It's not dirt. It's actually not dirt. I have to rephrase that. It's burnt end stains. That is from a lot of drunk oven cooking during Gamecock football Saturdays, cheese sticks, potato skins, chicken wings, you name it. Anyway, enough about that. 40 minutes in the oven. But don't be setting the table right now, because we're not quite ready after that 40 minutes is up. 40 minutes in the oven. Alrighty, guys, our 40 minutes in the oven is up. So let's see what we've got going on right now. The makeshift pot holder with the dish towel. So we're going to uncover our baked spaghetti and see what we got going on. Ooh. 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 That ooey gooey cheesy goodness is melted up something proper. Looking really nice. Heat circulated in there. Even cooking. It doesn't look a lot different other than the melted cheese on top, but I can guarantee you the inside is nothing but warmth and love. So what we're going to do now, and you guessed it, we're going to pop this bad boy back in the oven. Put her right back exactly where we found her. And we're going to go for another 25 minutes. I'd be remiss too if I didn't suggest this. Guys, you know, we cooked for 40 minutes there. So in that 40 minutes time, utilize that time, guys. Utilize every minute. You see, there are no dirty dishes here. Just a little bit of suds left from where I washed that. I got my big pot to wash them out. Dishwasher's cranking. I even been scratching some tickets off. This is clean, except for right here. Don't do this. Carolina Jackpot. Put that Tupperware bowl that I mixed the spaghetti sauce mixture up in. I put it on a warm eye. Thank God my better half is in Mississippi working for the week, and she's not going to see that. I'll hit that with some acetone tomorrow, try to clean that up a little bit. But other than that, this kitchen is 100% clean. And we got the timer going there, and the baked spaghetti will be out in just a little bit. All right, guys, the 25 minutes is up, and we are ready to unveil this masterpiece. This is wonderful, okay? Foil is gone. Got a little laminate strip laid down there. We're ready to pull this thing out. Shout out to my wife. We got new floors put out last week, and I had to move all kind of stuff around. So I don't know where all my oven mitts and that stuff are. But man, look at that. Wow. Wow, that's beautiful, isn't it? Is that not a work of art, huh? Huh? Is that not a Picasso? Is it not like somebody just painted that inside the pan instead of actually baking it? It really does. That looks delicious, guys. It looks delicious. 15 minutes is what they recommend for you to let this sit. We're going to let it sit a little bit longer than that. I don't want it to congeal, but I want it to kind of cool off a little bit. It's 10:30 p.m. right now. It's late on a Friday evening. We're going to let this cool down to about 11 o'clock, and then ya boy is going to go in for the taste test on this thing. Time for the taste test, guys. This thing comes out in nice little squares. All right, there we go. Nice little square. Look at that. Look at that little boo-boo thing. You got a little meatball falling off you, little boo thing. Let's see what you can do. Come here to daddy. Come here to daddy. Ooh. You are a little bit steamy. Mm-hmm. We're moving on up to the east side to a deluxe Italian restaurant. Listen, guys, this is delicious. It's a little bit too hot for me to get in too much right now. Not frying the onions in with the hamburger meat was a good idea. We could have just a little bit more Italian kick to it, a little pizza de resistance. But other than that, this is delicious. I give it a 5 all day. I hope you will try this recipe at some point in time. Not this summer. Try it this winter. Somewhere else I thought about taking it to. Take it to a tailgate, man. Take it to a tailgate. Put it in the ice box. Throw it on something to warm it up. And serve it to your friends and fam at your favorite football game. It would be great. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit this thing with a thumbs up. Share it somewhere. And subscribe to the Carolina Jackpot if you're not already subscribed to me. I do appreciate you. And I will see y'all later. Peace. And I'm out.